Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has been quite some time since the last video because I have been off for 3 weeks and I'm clearly in a new setting. I'm in Bali, first time ever in Indonesia. Before this, I was in Australia, and then for the New Year's, just after the New Year's, I flew down here to be in Bali for vacation, but also to go on a spiritual retreat. And it's not really something that I talked about earlier. Actually, I never really talked about like personal growth deeply. It was more so only focused on like graphic design content, but I thought that for this year, I just want to be more authentic with my content creation. I don't want things to be so calculated all the time, which I definitely fell into the trap of in the beginning. And now I'm just like, all right, 2025, I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna film what's natural. And I just woke up today, I'm like, you know what? I'm in Bali, might as well take advantage of this pool. I haven't used this pool at all. What I've been thinking about as a 20-something-year-old entrepreneur trying to build my own business as a digital creator and also a graphic designer, specifically in brand design. Although I do get very vulnerable and I do share about the hard parts, I feel like there's still not that like raw aspect that I'm showing and talking about my thought process, and I that's something that I really want to explore. And a big reason why I went to a spiritual retreat in Bali. I think I've been pretty open with work-life balance and how difficult it is to maintain a routine. Even just being an entrepreneur is a complete 180 and a complete change and pace of my life. I just had a calling to invest in myself more. And I feel like running a business, especially being a self-employed person, it requires for you to have deeper knowledge about yourself. How can I run a business if I don't know myself at my core? And I felt like I lost myself a little bit in this obsession of content creation and building a business that I never really actually looked within and asked myself, what is the purpose behind all of this? Why am I running a business by myself? Like, why is that a calling for me? And I just felt like in order to run a successful business that is authentic to myself, then I must go within, put myself in an environment where I can allow myself to understand myself better. The retreat really did that for me. And it was also just like a form of self-care, you know, like after working so hard in that little room that you've seen in my previous YouTube videos, I just felt like, okay, if I'm gonna travel, then I want to go somewhere new. I want to try something new. I'm proud of myself for even being here and being able to work elsewhere in a new environment. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very new. It's my first real taste of like being a digital nomad a little bit. And I recognize the importance of routine. If you're going to be self-employed, then you need a routine. The reason for that is because when I was at my retreat, it was a very packed schedule. It was like I started the day 8 a.m. yoga, then I did a breathwork session, ice bath, and did a cultural activity to learn more about Bali and Indonesia and the food, and meeting people who were at this retreat as well, connecting with people who are on the same page, connecting with other business owners that was at the retreat as well, meeting like-minded people in a small space in an intimate setting, that I realized the importance of having a routine back home in my little room. I recognized that I have to make a lot of changes if I want to transform my year in 2025. Moving my body, setting my routine more intentionally to set up myself for success, be able to move physically so that I'm not always sitting down and obsessively working and pigeonholing myself into this business. Going to the retreat gave me a chance to zoom out of my current routine and my current environment and see actually what is not helping me right now. Being in my house right now, being back with at my parents' house, it was extremely critical in the beginning. I recommend it for those who are trying to do a dramatic change, like being self-employed, or if you're gonna quit your job, if you're feeling ready for that and going back to your parents' house. I think it is a really big, important step because it just provides that safety net. There's no stress, financial stress on you to make sure that you are making enough to pay your rent. So I think it definitely is crucial. I'm at that stage where like I'm ready to move on and I can carry on elsewhere, because right now, location wise, I'm not getting much out of networking and meet people as a business owner. be in a new environment, talk to people, tell people what I'm doing. Like, it's gonna be really tough. I think it's gonna be really uncomfortable because it's gonna be my first time really having of that financial pressure to make sure that I can sustain myself completely 100%, which is something that is extremely scary, but it is an inevitable step as a self-employed person. You're gonna have to sustain yourself and like be okay with the uncomfortable change or the uncomfortable feeling of only relying on yourself, coming to terms with that reality. If this is what you want to do, if you want to be a freelancer, you have to be okay with providing only for yourself. There is no backup. That is scary, but I think I'm ready. And I think the retreat showed me that I'm ready for that. If you are going to start this journey, or if you're already on this journey, if you are, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to connect and just talk about this stuff, because that's another thing. Connecting with like-minded people is just so critical. If you want to join my Discord server, it is absolutely free. We talk about entrepreneurship, content creation, designs. You can share your designs or artworks, get opinions from other designers and other creative entrepreneurs. Link in the description. Go ahead and join. It is absolutely for free. I'll see you there. I haven't really been publishing my art because most of my work that I've been doing is for my clients, especially in the last quarter of 2024. And I just had this deep craving of actually just creating art for myself and sharing that with the world. And I want to have that attitude for all content creation that I create, like for my videos, long form, short form. Yeah, it's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good one. I think so. I hope so. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the audio quality. I ended up with Bali Belly. If you don't know what Bali Belly is, do yourself a favor and Google it, because I don't want to tell you. It's kind of gross. It's honestly just my luck, because I have tried so hard to avoid Bali Belly. Like, I was drinking bottled water. I was very careful with the food that I was eating, and it still got me. So, but it's okay. It's fine. It made the trip more memorable, if anything. I feel really ill, so I just look really sickly right now. I know it's like kind of a messy video, and the reason why I was gone for so long is for this reason. So I just want to make that clear. I'm doing well. I have a deadline that I have to do for this week, but it's okay. I'm recovering quite fast, actually. I think by tomorrow I'll be feeling 100%, hopefully, or maybe 95%. I have been very transparent about moving back into my parents' home as a freelancer. The reason for that is because of like having a safety net, you know, especially if you're starting a new business. You know, not having to pay rent is a privilege, and I definitely took advantage of that. So that's like one of my biggest tips is like, if you're gonna start a freelance business or start your own self-employment, you know, look at the advantages that you have. But I've reached a stage where I realized it's now time to spread my wings and really put my business to the test, put my freelance business and my self-employment to the test by moving out. And that is a big goal that I have for this year, and I'm immediately putting that into the works. I'm going to try my best to get out of here and really build my life outside of this house, because I really believe that now the next step to propel my career is to actually build a base by myself. It's going to be a really tough moment, but I'm excited. This is just an honest goal that I have, and I'm showing you myself in bed with a Coke can on my bedside table with Bali Belly. I think this is the most authentic that I can get. My voice is like 2 octaves lower too. Like, honestly, the bar is just going lower and lower for me, but the reality is that this is my work. So here I am, and I have to show up to work like this sometimes. But yeah, overall, I've had an amazing time. This does not change my outlook of Bali at all. I just got unlucky. To be honest, I didn't plan on filming anything today. Oh my gosh, my bed is a mess. I usually make my bed, I swear. I swear by it. Today was the only exception. I am here because Honestly, I'm kind of overwhelmed, and I think maybe you can sense my frantic energy a little bit. I came back from vacation and I'm finding myself in a vacation hangover, like the, what is it called? Holiday hangover. I don't have a lot of energy right now for whatever reason, which is kind of odd because you would think that taking a vacation would get you more energized when you come back. But I'm finding myself only being able to focus one thing at a time. And right now, that is my client. I have a couple signed clients for the next couple months. I also have a client call tomorrow. I didn't anticipate the amount of energy that's going to be solely on my clients, and I will always put my clients first. I mean, I am providing a service, and it is my responsibility to provide the utmost highest quality to my clients. So I will do what it takes to focus all my energy to deliver a great product and service. And I believe that I am doing that, and I am genuinely investing all my energy into my clients so far in the month of January, but that means that my content creation is taking a hit. I totally understand that, like, I'm one single person, but I'm also really feeling the pressure of being a content creator, an accountant, a designer, a person who can provide a service. On top of my emails, my DMs, I really need to take a breather. And I'm also feeling the pressure because I am taking a big step to try to move out of my parents' house. 2025, when I was in Bali, I realized actually now is the time to leave my parents' house. I already explained that a little bit earlier on in the video, but I'm also taking hours out of my day to do some house searching and like possibilities of like moving out, right? That's going to require a lot of time. And I can't exactly just turn off my brain when it comes to like work and client work. I'm like always working on it. I just have other side projects that I really want to get started with. I know I will handle it. I know it's going to be okay. I totally understand. And I am so privileged to be in this position. Like, I think this is the best stress that anyone can have, especially if you are self-employed. To even have these worries of like there's too many things going on, I think that's honestly the best. So I'm super grateful, and I'm like really like that gives me the energy to like do whatever I need to do. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, Anya, you need to take a breather, see what you can prioritize. How can we set this up successfully? How could I optimize my business as well? I don't know. I just have a lot of like pent up energy, you know? And like I'm even finding myself like on Instagram when I'm looking at designers and stuff or other amazing content creators online. I feel for the first time the sense of like, oh my gosh, I'm behind because I'm not really on top of my content creation right now. I think I need a new environment. That's all it needs. I need to be somewhere outside of this place and maintain a level of focus that I'm currently lacking right now. Doesn't feel great to have like such a lack of focus right now, and momentum is extremely important when it comes to running your own business and being a designer. The utmost important thing is to maintain your momentum, to keep riding the momentum, which I'm trying to not lose right now. It is nearing the end of January, the first month of 2025. It has been an experience, as you can clearly tell by the fragmented and very messy video that you just watched. I do apologize for that. As you can see, there were a lot of unplanned circumstances that came my way. I didn't anticipate the level of focus I needed just for my client. I will prioritize my client work over anything. Looking at my goals that I have written for 2025, it seemed that I already anticipated that January would be a pretty slow month. And actually, I did talk to one of you over Instagram. January typically is a slow month for everybody. It's not just for me. That's why I'm not too pressed about it. That's why the first 3 weeks, they weren't the most ideal, and you can probably tell, especially in the middle of it, I was quite overwhelmed. So hopefully By now, the energy is a bit different. I'm a little bit more mellowed out and things are looking great. And I think I was just a little bit stressed out because I wasn't producing as much content as I would have liked to. But it was a really big lesson for me that it's okay and that social media channels aren't going anywhere and I can always come back, like through this video. And I really did miss making YouTube videos, so I do hope to contain that consistency, but it's not the end of the world. The big lesson that I shared in my Discord server, actually, if you have not joined, go join my Discord server. There's literally no catch. It is entirely free. I share all my lessons, all my updates and stuff, and also people around the world share their journey and their work. So go ahead and click the link in the description to join. I did share that actually because I focused so hard on my client, there was a big payoff and the client connected me with another potential client. So my work is to make sure that I provide a quality design service that makes people excited about what they are building. It just proved to me that it was all worth it in the end. So it's all good and I'm very happy with the outcome, but I missed you guys. So I'm happy to be back. I do feel a little bit bad that I can't really share my designs just yet. So hope to make time to create for myself and be able to share more designs and feel my creativity in that way as well, because that's super important. It's not only just about your clients, you also need to make time for yourself. It's just a lot more of a holistic approach than to be so focused on whatever it is. But I was still having fun. In the client department, it's looking really, really good. And I'm super happy about that. I think that's honestly my biggest win in January so far. The other thing that I learned is the art of slowing down and recognizing that you don't need to be doing a million things at once in order to be successful. Just doing one simple thing really, really well can already be a huge, huge impact on your business. And I think that's something I just really need to reiterate to some of you. So it's if you feel like you're not doing enough, chances are you actually are doing enough. Very high chance. If it's even just one passion project, that's already huge. So don't underestimate that. And you never know, that one passion project that you're focusing on every single day can be the thing that changes the trajectory of your business. For the rest of the year, I'm excited to announce a really big change that's going to be coming. I'm not going to say it yet, but just stay tuned for the next video. That's all I can say. I really feel like this year is going to be the year I'm going to see the results come in from all my effort that I put in last year. Like I said, and I said this a million times before, but I'll repeat myself so that it gets you started as well. Last year was about setting the foundation. This year is about expansion. Posted this on Threads last night, and I still cannot believe the amount of amazing people that I just have access to through social media alone. Also, I did make a post on my Instagram recently about the 5 myths of being a freelancer that I absolutely shattered. And one of them was that you do not need a big social media following. You really don't. You don't need one to get all these results that I'm seeing in my life right now. And that's getting me excited for the future. I think that's something I want to end on this video. None of this could happen if I didn't post my first video and I didn't have that courage. I don't know where I got my courage from, but I knew that this was something I needed to do. I need you to act on it as well. It's something that's gonna take time. It's not gonna be a thing that happens overnight. I can tell you that for sure. Thank God that I did it, Thank God that I got started at that time last year, because if I didn't, then none of this stuff would be happening right now. The month of January has been slow. I'm also excited for the month ahead, and I can't wait to share it with y'all, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Keep designing, stay creative. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.